Hi, Capricorn. Ooh, I'm so grown up. You feel grown up? You know how you know you're grown up? When someone does or says something that would usually make you just, but you're grown up, so you just. Happy spring, Capricorn. A time of maturity has come upon you, and now it is time for real love, devotion, passion to that which is most important. Work, maybe. A previously held ambition now once again ignited, maybe. A forbidden love now becoming a stable reality, perhaps. Where your heart is most, where it travels, where it goes when you aren't working, when you aren't providing, when you aren't being stable. That thing. Where you go when you're having fun. What you think about, who you think about. First card out, Seven of Wands, great first card out. That you now get to have. You persevered, and now you prevail. It's a good time. But it is going to be hard on people around you because it may come into conflict with what they want. King of Cups, Nine of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles. It may come into conflict with a more, say, love-based energy, and I'm not saying that as shade at all. I'm saying it because you're in a place now where you are also extremely love-based. But when you're love-based, those that you owe things to, those that you are dutifully obligated to, they may lose some of their privileges with you if you start following your heart. Because once someone is on the list of people that you are there for, that you ride for, then it doesn't matter. You're still always going to take care of those people, but your heart may have moved on from that job, from that relationship, from that marriage, from that friendship, from that school choice. Whatever it is, you may have moved on from it, but haven't been able to not break away from the obligation, because you don't want to break away. You love your obligations. More that you want to be able to keep doing that, but also to follow your heart. And I think you've been trying to do this seesaw, thing where you have your cake and eat it too, and it hasn't been working. But now, Ten of Wands, Ace of Cups, and the Leo card. Strength. Great. So first of all, that fire energy coming up really strong. Like I said, love, passionate, let's put it this way, Capricorn, something has touched your most sensitive self. Maybe it was something you discovered when you were a kid and you just fell in love with it. You love doing that thing. Maybe it was studying something in particular and you never wanted to do it. You just wanted to be scholarly and keep studying it because you just love it so much. Maybe it was a marriage. Maybe later in life it was another sort of career pursuit. Very different from what you had already taken and done wonders with in whatever field you were in. Regardless, something sparked a different passion in you. Or it reignited something that you at one time couldn't live without. It's old and new at the same time, and I'm not saying that to cover my bases. When you come across something that sounds really familiar? In Crazy Heart. In that movie, Crazy Heart, he is laying in bed strumming a tune of some sort. And she says, "Oh my God, I love that song." And he says, well, that's not possible. You've never heard it because I haven't wrote it yet. And she says, oh, that's so funny. I feel like I've heard that before. And he says, that's how you know it's a good one, because the good ones always sound like you've heard them before. So that, coming across something that sparks this nostalgic passion in you for an ideal, a love relationship, a career path that at one time meant so much to you. It was that ideal thing that you wanted to build your life around, a passionate life. Because it just makes sense that a Capricorn would pick that. Because if you're going to spend so much time working, why wouldn't you pick something that you were super passionate about? Or else how are you going to entertain your passions otherwise? Yeah, that's the problem. So 7 of Wands, being able to finally overcome that hurdle and have the thing that you really, really wanted, what we've been talking about for months, right? Maybe for a year. And then this water sign energy. So what does this mean for us? Either this is a watery being that you are dealing with, someone a little bit older, someone who is encompassing in terms of their love. It's really unconditional at this point. And you may be thinking that it has a lot to do with how you're feeling and how you're doing financially, and you're right. You're right, but you can't begrudge this energy loving how you're doing and how you're feeling. Anyone right now is going to love how you're doing and how you're feeling about yourself, because you guys right now really embody your energy right now really embodies that whole, if you love yourself, other people will love you. If you really fuck with yourself heavy, then other people will fuck with you, that like you guys are definitely there. And if you're not there, the cards account for it. Don't fret. Just because your season is a bit late. Listen, spring is late. It's sunny today, but it was cold and rainy yesterday. It felt like the end of summer when you're going into fall yesterday. So the season has not quite started rolling yet, but it is going to be a great season for you, because what is being shown here is a continued, consistent upward trajectory. So we go from 7 of Wands to 7 of Pentacles, then there's a 9 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, and then we go from the King of Cups to the Ace of Cups, and then Major Arcana. So just boom, boom, boom. And that's the way we like it, right? No? Yes. Yes, this is a good card. And it's also a card of something that you've been carrying for a long time coming to an end. And that's sort of the flip side of this reading, is that there is something that you haven't been quite honest with yourself about, and perhaps others, that has to do with not being completely forthcoming about not really wanting to be there anymore, right? Like, so in your job situation, you may have been just kind of faking it for a while now. Because you just don't want to, like, you're having a hard time even doing that. So now you get to overcome your own weakness, okay, and tell the truth about your passions, however irreverent or outside of the norm they may be. And that has to be accounted for here, because you have this dominant water energy, and this is a freaky energy. So, freaky, like freak like that. You got me? Okay. So now that whatever it was that you weren't passionate about, you overcome the fear of admitting it, and then you get to put that bag of bricks down and walk towards something much more sublime. No judgment on what you're leaving behind. It's not their reading, it's your reading. Unless it's 2 Capricorns, in which case, hide all the kitchen knives. So how do I know? how can I be so confident in my guess? I don't know. I'm guessing. Because the Ace of Cups is there. You're putting something down and picking something else up. Is it called guessing? Hypothesis? Is that? No. It's feeling. It feels like you guys are done with something and moving on to something very quickly. And what you're moving on to has heavy fire energy. This is someone family-oriented, dominantly fiery, someone that really can wrestle with you. And if this is not a person and we're not talking about a relationship in any way, then this new opportunity that you will get will have some sort of a romantic element attached to it. Whatever job situation you have overcome, be it you got promoted finally, or you spoke up for yourself, or you're going to quit, or you're starting your own thing, or you already started your own thing, there's going to be more and more opportunity coming for that which you do following your heart. As long as you're following your heart this month especially, but for the rest of the year until it's your time again, as long as you're following your heart, you will receive more and more opportunity, more and more road to walk down, and more given to you and to have to look forward to. So let's shuffle for an outcome card. Let me show you these cards while I do that. Oh, I was in the New York Times. I forgot to say it in the last reading I did. Yay, thank you. It was awesome. I will link that below. And I changed my website around a little bit, so you can just go to my website and scroll down, and the extended readings are there. You can just access them. Or you can click on the extended readings tab and do it that way. And if you want to order through Shopify, the link is also below. I will be doing a bunch of satsangs in August, inshallah. So I'm pretty sure that I'm going to go to the Hemp Fest, so that should be really cool. And so Seattle is on there now. And inshallah, I'll have my book done. So I've thought about this a little bit. So I should have some sort of a option so you can buy the book. It's not really going to be a book tour. It's songs. You can ask me anything. But the book will be there. So that'll be cool. It'll be in a bunch of cities: New York, Miami, DC, Chicago, Denver, Toronto, Seattle, Oakland, San Francisco. Yay. All right. So all that info will be on my website once I figure it out, which will be in like a week or so. I'm just going to pause this because the ring light falls when I move the camera. I'll be right back. Hi. All right. If you're dealing with a water sign and you've been unsure about how they see you or feel about you, it's not that they don't like you. I just don't know if they like you for the right reasons. Yes, you are glittery and shiny, and yes, the potential is obvious, and yes, even the execution and the abundance is obvious, but I just... That's something we should clarify in the extended, because I just don't know. This is much more convincing to me as a stable, anchoring energy for you. And I think that although you are stable and anchored yourself, in times of great prosperity and upward trajectory, it helps to have someone who truly understands you, or to have a job or a profession. This could very easily be something that you draw strength from because it is your passion. That grounds you in another way. It grounds you in a way that's really important to you guys. It grounds you emotionally because you feel a love connection, whether that be with a passion or a person, it doesn't matter. When Capricorn feels that love connection, then they feel stable enough to take over the world. Their roots feel strong. The air sign is really, really, really aggressive right now. and not having it. And their aggression is completely focused on you and the regret that they feel about what is ending between you guys, especially if it's something that they found out about that you were doing, and everything is either coming to light already or about to come to light. This resonates with the Libra reading hard. If you have any Capricorn, if you have any sort of a Libra situation going on or Libra placements within yourself, you should watch that reading because it's just uncanny how much of it is here. The air sign energy has been really a tempestuous connection for you since we started doing readings, I feel like. And it really comes to a head this month. Those 3 cups that are spilled, here they are. Those 3 cups that air sign is looking at in relation to you, here they are. And what's interesting about this is when in the reading it comes up. The reading gets straight into you overcome the thing, you're moving forward, you're glittering, you've got abundance, you've got love offers, you've got people paying attention, you've got this career goal set, you feel new love, new abundance coming in, the world is smiling on you, or is very quickly about to. And I think that's why this little novella comes up, because it's a way of, first of all, validating those who aren't quite here yet. And also, and perhaps more importantly, sorry, these lights seem a little bright. And also, more importantly, they are going to still be an issue. So they have to still be addressed. You see, you can move forward. You can be really passionate about something and overcome whatever your feelings were about this, whether it was guilt, I think it was guilt, regret, wanting to have your cake and eating it too, whatever it was. It needs to be addressed even though you've overcome it, and May starts with you really roaring forward and on your new journey. The reason it comes up is because there's still a reckoning that must happen in relation to this situation, regardless of how far or, away you're going from it. It's still there. It's still going to play a part. Be smart, because look at you. You're right in the middle of it. You're not over here. This is the trajectory of your life. But Capricorn, you need to be in the center of it for it to work. And as long as you are still trailing this situation behind you and trying to get this 3 of Cups nonsense to work, I don't know how you think that you're going to be able to do both. This is an anchor to a sunken place. At least it seems like you've made it so. You've made it so. This is nothing against this air sign energy. I think this air sign energy shows up as the Knight because they have a sense of righteous indignation. They don't think they've done anything wrong. They haven't. You are the one coming up as yourself. Right? Come on. But you have to be in your life and not trying to be living these double lives, these 2 lives, whether it's like the thing you really want to do with your life or the friends you really want to hang with or, the people you really want to sleep with or the gender you really want to sleep with, whatever it is that you're not being honest, haven't in the past been honest with yourself about where your heart truly lies. Well, you've been honest now. This year has been really transformative for you because every month we've been, building this awareness about our passion and what we really want and coming back out of the shell and, being brave again after the disappointment of a few years ago and, almost a decade ago, all of that, Saturn being exalted, Saturn's home, you guys are chilling, getting better and better and bolder and braver and, really getting it together. So of course, we know that this is the next step. But how can you now, I think up until now, the progress that you've been making, it was really easy to drag this along with you, kicking and screaming and perhaps, ripping people's skin off as you drag them along. But nonetheless, you were able to sustain both situations. Now, Uranus is a planet of disruption coming into an earth sign that is directly connected to your energy because it is your element. It will remove you. And it will put you in the center of your own life where you belong. Now, this is the card that you really need to think about, because this is when things get called out and things get shown for what they are. Things are made known. If the third party situation that you're dealing with, if the work situation that keeps drawing you in and then making you feel like just one more person and not treating you special as soon as they know that they have you back, be careful. Because everyone's business is about to be told. I'm not sure if the air sign is going to do it, but I'm pretty sure the air sign is going to do it. Everyone's business is about to be told. So if you do not want this, then be the judgment card yourself and tell it. Because it's going to get told. You can tell it, or they can tell it. When they tell it like this, even the dead wake up and listen. I don't know if you want that. How does this apply to a work situation? If you're in a work situation that you truly, truly hate, you don't think the people around you can tell? You don't think there's going to come a point, especially as these new placements come in, these new transits begin, you don't think that they're going to say to you themselves, I don't really feel like you should be here, or I don't really feel like you really like being here. Remember in Fight Club? The boss is like, is that blood on your shirt? It's such a great scene because it's just his way of being like, bro, do you not want to work here? Right? So this Uranus in Taurus energy comes in and is like, is that blood on your shirt? Do you really not feeling this at all, are you? And you have to have the guts to say, you're right, I'm not. I want more for my life. Because the truth is, the energy that's coming in is going to drag you over here and put you in the center of this no matter what. This is going to happen. You're going to do it, or they're going to do it, or somebody, or third party's going to do it. I don't know who's going to do it. But it's going to happen. So I would suggest getting in front of it. Do it yourself. Control the narrative. Control the narrative. See, but here's the funny thing. Because just with everything that's been going on in YouTube and all kinds of nonsense, if you're going to control the narrative, then be a Capricorn and really get in front of the narrative and control the narrative, okay? Don't do what people do when they think they're being slick and they're controlling the narrative and they just make themselves look crazy. Like, think it through, right? Think it all the way through before you say anything. Think about how you're going to look, how the other person's going to look. Think from their point of view about how they feel, about what you're about to tell them. Tell it to them the way you would want someone to tell it to you. Does that make sense? Good. All right, in the extended, we're definitely going to look at this. And we'll clarify you, because this reading is like your birthday. And then let's see. Because that Knight of Cups is just, that wasn't really, I don't think that really had anything to do with us. So let's see what we can explore in the extended. It's a better way to do it. You get your cards. You get to see them. It's not so, you know, mysterious. I like it. And it also gives us a little bit of clarity on what we're looking at and what's in front of us. Yeah, that 5. Whoop. Oh. All right. That 5 of Pentacles just keeps wanting to. Libra. Watch that Libra video, son. All right. The Magician was actually in reverse. Just fell in my lap. So, 8 of Cups, 8 of Swords, 5 of Wands, 3 of Wands, the High Priestess, Knight of Wands, yeah, Queen of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, and the Star. That's what we're going to look at in the extended. All right? Capricorn. Oh, and we'll look, yeah. Bottom of the deck. You see what's happening here? You got to be careful with this energy. You got to be careful. This person will string you up for a while. You got to be careful with this energy, Capricorn. This Libras can cut both ways. Remember that. All right, we'll look at it. I love you. I'll see you in the extended, and I'll see you in